Okay, on the bench is a Brother XR35. This is another machine that was donated for the refugee group. And it's got a, I guess lift like that. Okay. It's got a compartment for stuff, and in it is a spool of thread and a foam thing. Oh, and this has a busted spool pin on it, just like that SE500 had. Or that PE500 had. There's a bobbin in here, and this is not the right bobbin. This is a class 66, and you see how it's too shallow in this class 15 holder? Or is this a 15J? I don't remember. It's the short one that's the same size as a class 15, but it's thinner. So you can put it in the case here, but it doesn't hold quite as much thread, and it wobbles around in there. And we'll see. This machine was oiled before it got put away. This machine was oiled quite a bit. I wonder... Oh, and the grease from the back side of this mechanism is getting in there. Okay. Well, let's... get our cover back on. There we go. Get the needle out. The needle is dirty, but otherwise appears straight, so that's not beaten too badly. And light turns on. Oh, and it is very stiff. Okay. It is incredibly stiff, so definitely gonna have to open this up and clean it and lube it a lot, I guess. It's also going to need to get opened for that spool pin replacement, just like on the PE500. There. The spool pin is supposed to be right here. There is the bag of accessories was in the holder here. And it does have the accessory spool pin, so I guess it doesn't need a spool pin replacement because it's got the accessory pin for vertical thread. Okay. So that's nice. There's the buttonholing foot. The screwdriver's in the original plastic. This is the cover that goes on the this cover, I think, covers the feed dogs for darning instead of having the feed dogs go down. This cover goes over the feed dogs to give you darning. Here are the proper bobbins for this machine. Plastic class 15s. So I'm gonna since this machine was donated, I'm going to put that 66 in my stash. And then we'll test this with its proper class 15 plastic bobbins. So, alright. Yeah, I guess since I've got this spare spool pin, it's not a big deal about finding the replacement for this, but I still need to open the machine and clean it out, so. There's our regular presser foot that was also in the bag and not on the machine. So. Well, start with the head of the machine. There's a screw here on the end cover for access to the take-up arm and the light bulb area. This machine appears to have a lot of grease in it that is original from the factory, which is weird. Because like there appears to be grease that may have been factory original on the top of the needle bar here, and that's not a place that is typically greased. That should be oiled. Alright. And then get our needle plate off. The person that gave this to me said it's been in storage for a while, and I believe them because it's got a lot of dust on it. Yep. Let's clean under the needle plate here. Alright, well, we'll still run a brush around here. Got oil in there, and it still feels quite stiff, so we're going to have to get further into this machine to get more lubrication into all of the other parts of it. Well, I think, actually, since I have to wait and look into ordering one of these spool pins, I'm gonna set this machine aside until I can check on the availability of this replacement pin.